Think about the last product you bought on impulse online. It could be that miracle pill, that course promising to make you rich in a week, or that app that was going to solve all your problems. I have some bad news for you. There is a huge chance you were manipulated. And it's not because you're naive, but because they are professionals at hacking your brain. There is a literal persuasion mafia on the internet. A replicable system used by fake gurus and scammers to make you hand over your hard-earned cash with a smile on your face. And the truth is, they use exactly 5 sequential steps to pull it off. If you want to stop being the victim and understand how the scam really works, pay close attention.
The first step isn't about the product, it's about you. The scammer knows that you don't buy solutions if you aren't feeling pain. They spend days mining YouTube comments, social media groups, and forums to figure out what you are afraid of, what makes you ashamed, or what makes you desperate. If it's a weight loss product, they don't talk about calories. They talk about the shame of going to the beach. If the product is about making money, they talk about the humiliation of not being able to pay the bills at the end of the month. They find your open wound and twist the knife. This happens because the human brain makes decisions based on emotion and uses reason only to justify the purchase later. By triggering your desperation, the seller shuts down your critical thinking. You stop being a rational buyer and become easy prey. Now that you are sensitive to your own pain, comes the second trap: identification. They pop up on your screen with an incredibly emotional story. I was exactly like you. I was broke, in debt, and completely hopeless just 3 months ago. This is the famous hero's journey applied to the scam. They create a fake connection, so your brain automatically thinks that if he could overcome it, you can too. The big secret nobody tells you is that 90% of these success stories are completely made up or extremely exaggerated. The shocking before and after is pure image editing, lighting manipulation, and posture tricks. They sell an unreal transformation to build a bridge of trust. You're not buying the product. You're buying the version of yourself that the seller is pretending to be. But how did he get rich or fit so fast, you wonder? This is where step 3 comes in: the use of a unique mechanism backed by entirely fabricated authority. They rent luxury sports cars for a day and shoot dozens of videos in Airbnb mansions. Or worse, they pay obscure news websites to publish sponsored articles about their own success and then slap those logos on their sales page to pretend they were featured in major media. Or they put on white lab coats and expensive smart glasses to look like renowned experts without ever setting foot in a university for that field. They know perfectly well that our brains are too lazy to investigate deeply. The human mind blindly trusts symbols of status and authority without questioning. Your trust was bought by them with a $100 a day rental. You are still hesitating whether or not to buy, and that is perfectly natural. Step 4 kicks in exactly to break down this last barrier: fabricated social proof. They start bombarding your screen with dozens of perfect testimonials on messaging apps, amazing reviews on social media, and videos of people crying with gratitude for the product. What you don't know is that there are click farms in the dark corners of the internet where anyone can buy 1,000 comments praising a product for just a few dollars. And the emotional videos? The vast majority are amateur actors hired on freelance platforms for $10, willing to read whatever lie is in the script. It is a gigantic, perfectly rehearsed digital theater, and you are the only real spectator paying the ticket to fund this farce. Now you want to buy, but they need you to buy right now, before your brain can think rationally. It's time for the artificial scarcity trigger. They scream that there is only one spot left, or they put a giant countdown timer on the screen saying the price will double in 10 minutes. It's all a lie. If you clear your browser history and refresh the page, the timer goes back to 0. And to top it all off, they create a common enemy. They tell you that the traditional industry or the financial system wants to hide this secret from you. They paint themselves as rebellious heroes, when in reality, they are just picking your pocket in the middle of the confusion. But understand one very important thing. Marketing is not a crime. Using persuasion to sell good products that actually help people is legitimate and necessary. The crime is using human psychology against you to sell trash and false promises. Your best defense against the persuasion mafia is knowledge. The next time you see a miracle offer, run it through the test of these 5 steps. If it checks more than 3, run away. Share this video to help clean up the internet from these scammers and subscribe to the channel to bulletproof your mind against manipulation. Let's hack the system together. See you in the next mental unbugging.